everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, back under center, Ryan Tannehill and the Miami Dolphins face off with Andrew Luck in the Indianapolis Colts. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with Ryan Tannehill and the visiting Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on 2nd down is Luck. Brought in over the middle by Graham. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
I'm like everyone. I've got a soft spot for the underdog story. And even though Rashad Jones was taken in the 5th round, which isn't so bad, still, to think that he's now a perennial Pro Bowl player, went to his 2nd Pro Bowl this past January, that's coming almost out of nowhere. But why does he do it? Covers well, tackles well, but best of all, he leads. That secondary that he plays with, they follow him.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
So we have to remember this offensive unit, they've been off for the last 2 weeks, had an open week, and so it might take them a little while to get back into rhythm. I know they worked hard to try and get past that in practice, but practice isn't game speed.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Holding offense.
So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Now Tannehill. He dumps it off to Drake. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. A look now at the Miami offense.
One of the things I've always enjoyed about watching Kenny Stills play is his passion for the game. You can tell he absolutely loves being out there, has a ball when he's out on the football field. But the other thing, he can fool you. He looks like a slot receiver, but runs great routes from the outside and creates big plays downfield.
On second down, here's Tannehill. He goes underneath the Drake. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progression and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive, he may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, offense. Too. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On second down, here's Locke. And this one complete to Will Fuller. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. On first down, Locke. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
A shotgun snap for Locke. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. taken at about the 16. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now here come the Dolphins. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Gets 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Tannehill on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And let's go through the starting defense for Indianapolis.
Expected to be a centerpiece of the Colts defense that has to improve, and that's Malik Hooker. Second-year safety out of Ohio State, was limited to just 7 games due to injuries in his rookie season. They love his range, they love his toughness, and they'll need every bit of that in an ever-improving AFC South that likes to throw the ball around.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Fielded at the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down?
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Tannehill hands to Drake. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Drake off the give from Tannehill. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Here's Tannehill. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off of play action, Luck. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Back to throw. Love. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. From the gun, here's Love. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. The Dolphins getting set to go here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And our statistician, Ben Ramsar, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss rolling in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme. Come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go. Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's going to float this one deep right side. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Pulled in at the 24. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Here's Mack. And an alley to run. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they'll set up with a 2nd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Play action. It's Luck. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Out of the gun, Luck. Buying time to his left. There he goes inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4.8 40.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to use his feet.
That he does, and I think it has helped his legs along the way as well.
Now a carry from Mack, and now running right through it. So he got 3 in 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. I think that's Mack who's still down. Yeah, it is. Mack apparently shaken up there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Wrong.
The first carry for the rookie, it's Jordan Wilkins, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know they're securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
To throw is Tannehill. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. Amendola catching it left side. A Dolphin first down as Tannehill is on target to the former Patriot Danny Amendola.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, Drake stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. Pierre Desir in on the stop.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On the give, this is Drake. Spins away, and there he goes again. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Jabal Sheard in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. Call that one an even 60 yards. 6-0. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now Mack. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Caught left side by Hilton. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. Luck to Hilton on the hook up there. 55 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They've got it first and goal at the 7. And they'll run it here. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
The Colts on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
To throw is Locke. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Ryan Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are in for 6.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away.
The return man is Grant.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he's got Mike Gesicki, his rookie tight end, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Tannehill now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Parker unable to get that one. And now it's 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, here's Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And this one is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Luck on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Love. And he's got his man Hilton. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ryan Grant with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm
looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On first down, Tannehill. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. An incomplete pass on first down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. Tannehill. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Dolphins on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Holding, receiving team.
And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll start up at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. Blake Bortles, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in their ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Redskins. 35-7 was your final in a one-sided affair. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Willie Snead, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. In our game, it was Andrew Luck who had the hot hand in the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Tannehill. It's caught outright, Amendola. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Tannehill. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
As he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Shedding through the defense. He's letting this one go for Fuller. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mack. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down. Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays. They kept him to a short run play there. Room to run past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Staying on the ground with Mack. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a first down throw. Locke throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make this a second down. A shotgun snap for Locke. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Locke able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down.
One of the selling points at the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Luck. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They'll run it with Mack. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Luck. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Pierre Desir able to get a hand in and make that play.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Back to the air, Tannehill on second down. And Amendola's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Dolphins on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Again, Tannehill. But he's got his man. It's Escobar. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Tannehill now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Tannehill. Wide open receiver, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
3rd and goal, it's Drake. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And we take some time to spotlight T.Y. Hilton now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Whoa! It's still one. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Vinatieri now for the point after. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Parker the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Tannehill. And Stills over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin 1st down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Over the middle, it's Amendola. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin 1st. Tannehill on 1st down. And it's caught here, Amendola. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again is Tannehill. And his throw is incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And it's 3rd and 4.
Truthfully, I thought the offensive line did an excellent job on that play. We know they can only hold off pass rushers for so long. I thought they did a great job keeping them at bay for a long, long time, even though he was hit at the end of that play.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Tannehill throwing again. And it's caught by Parker. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st down, Tannehill. Amendola catching it left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On first and goal, Drake. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Tannehill. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good. And the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, spinning away. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
A run by Mack to start the drive. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. This will be fielded at the 17. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. So now here come the Dolphins. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Tannehill. Escobar with it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and now it's 2nd down.
They always say the real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. You got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He was looking that time for Stills, and it's 3rd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now a handoff for Drake. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Terrell Basham in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Indianapolis, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will get a home date next week as